So now we are discussing Sylvia Plath, who was also an American poetess, and to a huge extent, she was also writing about the rights of women in those times. But apart from all those things, she was having her personal anxieties, sufferings, and miseries along with. So she talked about her personal experiences as well as the impersonal one. Having very short span of age, she was a kind of a prolific writer from 1932 to 1963. Sylvia Plath, under pseudonym Victoria Lucas, was born on October 27, 1932 in Boston, Massachusetts, which is the area of New England, and died on Feb 11, 1963 in London, England. She was an American poetess whose best known works such as the poem Daddy and Lady Lazarus, and also the novel The Bell Jar, they give a sense of alienation and self-destruction, which was closely linked with her personal experiences and also the plight of women in the modern America. So she was focusing on these two issues majorly, that she was writing about her own self at personal level and writing about the women in general at impersonal level. So Plath was born in 1932, and her first poem was published to the Boston Herald's children's section in 1940. Just at the age of 8 years, she composed her first poem. She was awarded position as guest editor at a magazine, and in the same year, in 1953, she attempted suicide. In 1956, she was married to Ted Hughes, and in 1957, she started her career as teacher. She started teaching in the same school college where she attended a school. In 1960, her daughter Frida was born, about whom she also wrote a poem. And those childbirth experiences are seen in many of the poems written by Sylvia Plath. Her son Nicholas was born in 1962, and in the same year, Ted Hughes और इनकी divorce हो गई because of an affair of Ted Hughes with someone. And in 1963, finally, she committed suicide. In 1982, posthumously after her death, she became the first poetess to receive the Pulitzer Prize after her death for her collection of poems. So this is like she happens to be the only one who was given a Pulitzer Prize after her death. So this can be an MCQ about her. So at 8, she was composing her first poem, and then won many literary contests in her high school. And then she wrote a short story in Smith College in 1951 when she got a scholarship. She was also co-winner of magazine fiction contest in 1952. At the same place, she also received or achieved many artistic, academic, and social success. But at the same time, she was suffering from severe depression. She attempted suicide, and psychiatric hospitalization भी उसकी हुई because of her tendency towards suicide. After Smith College, she went to Newnham College in Cambridge on Fulbright scholarship. So this is where she was switching from America to England. In 1956, she married Ted Hughes, and their 2 children, Frida and Nicholas. The couple separated in 1962 as discussed. So इस पूरे टाइम में when she was an instructor there, उसने उस टाइम में उसकी जो collections थी, the Colossus. So they came to the screen and they received very good reviews. A novel, The Bell Jar, which was published in London in 1963. तब इसने Victoria Lucas के नाम से इसको publish किया, जो कि एक ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल नॉवल था और एक ब्रेक डाउन की स्टोरी है एक यंग कॉलेज गर्ल की जो कि अपनी हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन और वो सारे इश्यूज को उसमें डिस्कस करती है. सो इट गॉट अ ग्रेट ट्रिमेंडस सक्सेस. उसके लास्ट 3 years से she abandoned the strains and conventions that had bound much of her early work. बहुत लिखा इसने, प्रोलिफिक राइटर बनी और इसने कॉन्फेशन भी की, उसमें सेल्फ रेवोल्यूशन की. हर एंजाइटी वाज ऑल द टाइम इंक्रीजिंग. उसकी कंफ्यूजन, डाउट, ये हमेशा से उसको हॉन्ट करते थे. इवन हर पोम डैडी एंड अदर पोम्स जो है वो उसके फादर के बारे में भी हैं, जिसके साथ इसका रिलेशन हमें बड़ा मिस्टीरियस सा लगता है. आफ्टर वी गो थ्रू द पोम डैडी, ओटो प्लैथ वाज हिज फादर, जो कि तब फोर्थ हुआ व्हेन शी वाज 8. And in 1963, जब बहुत इसकी like she was done with the life or anxieties, she killed herself. So उसकी जो famous poems हैं उसमें The Colossus है, The Colossus in 1960, Baljar Novel 1963, The Double Exposure, Ariel. So Ariel is a poem by Sylvia Plath जिसमें she talks about many different themes. इसमें women rights की भी बात कर रही है, इसमें child birth की भी बात कर रही है, और इसमें अपनी उस suicidal tendency की भी बात कर रही है जिसमें जो कि इसको suicide की तरफ prone करती थी. So the Ariel was also the name of horse, a joint horse of Ted Hughes and Sylvia Plath. Hughes ने भी Ariel के बारे में लिखा. इसमें गॉडिवा का भी वो जिक्र करती है, तो कुछ allusions भी हैं इस poem के अंदर. डैडी जो पोम है 1965, ये उसका बेस्ट टाइम था जिसमें वो बड़ी प्रोडक्टिव थी, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम बड़े ऑब्सक्योर किस्म के इसके इमेजेस थे. सो डैडी पोम में शी टॉक्स अबाउट हर फादर एंड शी टॉक्स इन वेरी एरोगेंट वे एंड वेरी डिसरिस्पेक्टफुल वे दैट इवन द पोम एंड्स विद डैडी यू अ बास्टर्ड. सो इस तरह के वर्ड्स वो यूज करती है अपने बाप के लिए. So there can be so many interpretations. इसके फादर को बी कीपिंग का शौक था and she was very much a keen observer. तो इसने बी मीटिंग और अराइवल ऑफ द बी बॉक्स ये पोएम्स भी लिखी जो कि बीज के हवाले से थी. Furthermore, इसने she was much like in a greater connection with her father. इसको फील होता था कि उसके मरने के बाद सारी मिजरीज इसके पास आई. And even in the life of her father, who was having a tendency towards his German race, और सिल्विया के जो पेरेंट्स थे यानी मदर थी वो ज्यूश साइड की थी, तो वो जर्मन एंड ज्यू जो होलोकॉस्ट और जो वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 के जो कॉजेस में हम देखते हैं वो सारे इश्यूज वो इसमें डिस्कस करती है. एंड शी फील्स के ड्यूरिंग द टाइम हर फादर वाज अलाइव शी वाज लाइक अ फुट व्हिच वाज इन अ शू, जिसको बाहर निकलने की इजाजत नहीं थी और वो गल जाता है उस जूते के अंदर. Lady Lazarus is a poem about women emancipation, about her personal experiences and also about impersonal. She says that I have tried committing suicide twice in my life in this poem. So here she is talking about giving an allusion of Lazarus, who was a person suffering from leprosy, and also a mythical legend who came back to life. So here she is attributing herself as a girl जो कि दोबारा लाइफ में वापस आ जाती है, दोबारा से जिंदा हो जाती है, और लोग आते हैं, मेल कम्युनिटी उसका तमाशा देखते हैं, उसको टच करते हैं, चले जाते हैं, इसके जिस्म को काट लेते हैं. इसके ये चूंकि कि लेजेंड है कि मरती नहीं है, दोबारा जिंदा हो जाती है, तो वो इसके जिस्म के हिस्सों को अपने पास एक तरह से मिरेकल के तौर पे रखते हैं. So next day she comes back to life again. So she says that this keeps happening to me, but one day will come when I'll rise from ashes और मैं हर चीज हर एक को जला दूंगी. So that is her hatred towards male dominating society. So Sylvia was also a champion of women liberation, but also at the same time she was writing about her personal experiences too.